Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. I pray you guys are having a great night tonight. Tonight I want to read out of the book Mbongi. Um, and it's a topic on the way that a certain individual recorded certain contracts, certain information, um, which were made verbally, but they had their own system of recording that verbal contract, whatever it may be, uh, a date of time, certain uh, um, political and institutional things that they wanted to apply or did apply, and they had a system of recording this. Like the way we had a system back in the days of recording, we had videotapes, cassettes. Now we into the electronics, so we have now, digital instruments that we could record things with, whether it be visually or verbally. Well, they had a system back then, and it's crazy because, why I say crazy is because people, would write about the ancient times and the times of, primitive people being so like, not smart, not having their own system, their own government, their own way of living, almost like being wild in a way. But you start reading and you start looking up and researching that people had their own systems and people were smart. It wasn't just that people weren't just, animals, the way some books and writers make them perceive or make you perceive that they were or are. Let's start reading from the book Mbongi, and we're going to start reading about the Na Makolo. It's called the Knotted Information Archivist. This is what the person was called. In the past, one could see an individual in the Mbongi who was a member of the community named Na Makolo, or Makolo in short. This individual was very important to the community. He was the keeper of knotted information, i.e., symbolically written information. This information keeper individual could be called a secretary or better, an archivist in today's Mbongi. Anytime the Mbongi made a decision related to numbers of days, weeks, or months, set prices or dates, the Mbongi asked this individual, Na Makolo, to braid a cord and tie the number of knots, which, in accordance with the decision made in Mbongi, will represent the date set up for the next debate or meeting. If the Mbongi had also concluded a contract of alliance with another Mbongi, the Not Makolo was asked to represent that contract, make marking knots on his braided rope, or simply in cutting marks on a piece of wood made for that purpose. Constitutionally, and in accordance to the way by which the Mbongi system works, the Namakolo was obliged to know in detail the meaning symbolized by each knot which he ties or each cut that he makes. He was also required to decipher or to decode the message symbolized by each knot on his knotty rope. This practice was in common use among the Nganga Nkondi, the specialist in problem hammering among the Congo. The Mbongi has more meaning to what I'm going to say here. But one of the meanings of the Mbongi system was a structure, a place that they were built very simple. The majority of the time in the center of their villages, and it would be a place where not only were things were speaking in private, but things were speaking also in open. Because you got to remember that the Bantu people didn't believe in secrecy as far as not letting the community know. So it would be in an open place. Even if you wanted to speak something in secret, you will go there in that open place where anybody could hear you from the community. They were very, very, very not people of secrecy. Their system was a system of, community. Everybody was involved and had a say in the situations. You understand, and in the livelihood and the things of the community. So an Mbongi, in short, was a structural place. Kind of look at it like a small, like little hut with no walls, just with a roof, on top. And the people will congregate there and speak the issues, speak about politics, speak about contracts, speak about life itself, children, about everything that you could think about. That was the structural place where they were used. And then in time passed, with the conquering and the colonizations, the Europeans started building churches. So what they did is they used their brain and started going to the churches and using the churches as a form of mbongi. While people would think that they were there to reverence the Catholic saints, they were actually there talking about their political things and the community using that roof over their head. And salam alaikum, alaikum salam. I pray you guys understood a little bit. It was very short. The book is called Mbongi, also written by Bunseki Fukiao. If you guys are interested, you can find the book. It's called Mbongi, Mbongi. Have a great night.